So as promised, I'm going to make a video about how I taught 40 to accept the saddling process. I started with a saddle pad. I chose to do it in the arena just because he can move his feet a little bit better, and he has some stuff with the stall because he's just kind of been introduced to it now. We do stuff in the stall, but this I chose to do it out here. And if he needed to move around and see he needs to walk around to feel comfortable, he can do that. And I just let him. If he wanted to trot, I would take the pad off and let him trot. And it's like letting him find his comfort level. So you can see he wants to move around quite a bit. That's fine. It's just like letting them figure it out on their own, right? You will notice that I'm not forcing him to stay. And he has quite a lot of lead. Here we go again. So he flinched a little bit. So this is the second time we did it. And that was it. He was pretty good. So what I do is I let him sniff it on the ground. Funny enough, when he came in the arena, he was pretty alarmed by the saddle or the bareback pad on the ground. But then when I had it in my hand, he was a lot more comfortable. Like, oh, because he trusts me already, and I built that trust over this month. And I focused on that for these reasons, because now he trusts me and he wants to walk here, so that's fine. I asked him to stop, and he did. So I'm going to this is his first time. So I'm going to make sure the girth doesn't smack him in the leg. I'm going to, you don't purposely try and scare them. This is the first time he's ever had being girthed, right? So I started with the bareback pad because I don't have a saddle yet for him. I'm going to have him fitted, but actually I think I might do this moving forward. Do the bareback pad first. It's just way lighter, and it allows them to focus on one thing at a time, being girthed, because that's pretty hard. So I haven't done the girth up yet. I haven't even put the girth down. I'm just letting him figure out the little extra bit of weight. And he's wanted to walk, but he's walking very calmly, and he knows he can walk, right? And notice I'm not standing in front of him. I'm not hard on the lead. There's no tension on the halter. And creating, you'll see in all my videos, I never have a lot of tension on the nose, and that creates trust in itself. And then when I do move the lead forward, he knows to move forward. And then when I do put pressure on the nose, it's always in a moment that I know he can stop. And then that allows trust as well. So I recommend not being heavy in the hand. And before you even get your horse to be saddled, that they are very light in hand, and that you've done the proper job of just basic leading. Okay, I don't use treats a lot anymore, but I did in the beginning, but I do give them here and there now. I'm not against treats. I like them in the beginning, but so here I didn't want to just flap it down. So I went to the girth. I went to the other side and let the girth down. I'm trying to be very slow and letting him process everything as it comes. So he's looking out the window there again. I have the lead. So if he were to bolt forward, I can pull him towards me. But it's like he feels the trust by the lead being loose. You do not need tension on a horse's lead that's just standing there. Okay, so this is the first time he's going to feel anything on his belly. So there's the slight pull. And I like to pull it almost like a hug. So he dropped his head down there. So he felt comfortable. And he's also, I've trained him, as I've stated in other videos, to put his head down when he's feeling anxious to help him. It releases endorphins. So he wanted to walk, but he was walking very slow. See, the tail's up. He's a little stiff in the hind end. So he's feeling it. And then I'm going to just slowly, gradually tighten it a little bit more. I'm watching his reaction through his ears. So now his head went down again, helping himself out. That's good. So I'm tightening it a bit again. Very gradual. So ears are going back and forth. That's good. I'm actually talking to somebody here, which is fine because it kind of distracts you from overthinking the horse and just letting him sort of be. I'm patting him. So it's fairly snug at this point. I wouldn't say like I've really clenched it or anything, but it's secure enough that if he jumped forward, it's attached. There we go. He wanted to walk in. See, tail went up. So he's feeling it. This is our third time. And you can see he's pretty relaxed. Actually, I think this is our fourth or fifth time. I skipped a few sessions. So after this session, I'm actually going to put a close contact English saddle on him and see how he feels about that. And before I get the saddle fitter out, he's very calm. So this is about, the fifth time that I've done him. So now I can drop the girth down. He doesn't really care. He's looking outside. I'm letting him. Again, the lead is very loose. I'm not restraining him. If he were to feel the need to walk, he could. And I find in a bigger area, it can create confidence too, because horses feel safe if they can run. There you go, licking and chewing as I'm doing the girth up. So that to me tells me he understands what I'm doing and he's fine with it, right? So no, I'm not protecting him here. I'm just doing it. I believe every horse should get their girth done up in stages. So I do it first tight one and then I adjust. I'm not clenching it really tight and fast. Head went down again. And you can see his tail's a lot more relaxed. He's a little tight in the hindquarters still. But that's okay. This is normal. This is just his fifth time being done. So I'm just tightening it again. He's being very patient. And this is what you want with your horses. You don't want them jumping around, moving side to side. So there you go. He felt that. That was a bit tighter and he needed to move and I let him. And then he just came right back. So tail's a bit up now. But his ears are still moving. His head's a bit higher now. So it's pretty well. It's like a tightened girth now. It's about as tight as I probably would put it on him. And he's being pretty good. So I patted him. I walk him forward. And let's see how this tail goes. So I'm just making sure that he's okay with it. There we go. And stop and start. Very nice, calm kind of walk. His tail is a little bit up, but that's okay. This is all normal, right? But he's calm. Okay, now I'm gonna do a little bit of see if he wants to kind of lunge. And he doesn't. I give him a big hug. We've done a lot of touch work, and he's very good with relaxing to touch now, which if anybody knows a feral horse, that's something in itself. Your touch brings them comfort. And then I do lots of hugs, and because even that is scary to them, right? Scratch his bum, head went down. This is great. This is awesome. So he is kind of zoning out here. There we go. There, good. And now we're going to go back and do something that we always do, which is the mounting block. So the reason I chose to do the mounting block before the saddle is because then the mounting block is actually a fun kind of little game for him. If I were to do the mounting block now while he's kind of still figuring out the being saddled part, this would just creep him out. So we've made this already a game, a happy place. He already knows what to do, right? I've asked him to go forward. He does. He's not set up there, so I keep asking him to go forward. I kneel down just to promote him going forward. He's not really set up very well there, but I'm going to try and get him over. So I step down. There's no point in creating the fight. Back up. Step up. So I'm actually saying step up here. Good boy. I use the word step up. And eventually they line themselves up with the block, right? But as you can see, this is a happy place for him. He's licking and chewing. He's got his saddle on, or his bareback pad. And I'm just stroking him. It's just time. It's being thorough. It's not missing any steps. Because when you start to miss steps and you start to get rushy, that's when things start to be confusing to them. They take the lead. They'll tell you when they're ready, right? And it's when we have timelines in our schedules, things kind of get messed up and we lose sight of the horse's needs. Good boy. So he dropped his head right down there. That's awesome. So I'm just stroking him, letting him know that's good. Good boy. And getting him in a zone here. He really responds well to touch, which is amazing because he's like 34 days in at this point. Asked him to step up and he lines himself up perfect. Good boy. And here we go. So this is the first time he's ever held my full weight on him, and he's totally relaxed. So we will now graduate to the full contact saddle.